Hello folks, I'm Sean Kyle Ortego with Darkbriar Gaming Studios, and you are looking at Starship Hangar version Alpha 0.04. This is the latest iteration of Starship Hangar. The UI has changed a little bit, but not everything is wired up, so our alpha testers haven't seen this version of it yet. But as soon as I get everything wired up, it will be released out to them. In case you're wondering, yes, you can get the alpha version of Starship Hangar right now. The details will be in the description of this video. So yeah, check that out. First, I'm going to go over what I've added as far as the UI goes. And then I'm going to go through the functionality of what currently works on the program. So if you've watched the previous videos, you'll see that I've added a slot for gunnery computation and applicable player skills for the pilot, engineer, the science officer, the captain, and of course your gunner is going to be up here along with the captain as well, in case the captain does fill that role. So these computations aren't necessary for the creation of the character sheet itself, but in the long run, if we do get to Starship Simulation, then it is going to be something that is needed, so I went ahead and put it there for now. If you look over here to security, you'll see that for computer countermeasures, I've added a list box. That list box will be populated with the relevant computer countermeasures that you can choose to put on the computer. So all that will be computed whenever you press this select button, and that number of BP will be annotated there, and that will then be deducted from your total build points. I've added a slot for weapons linking, but it's not live yet, so you do know that if you have two of the same direct fire weapons on the same arc, they can be linked. So there is a slot for that. And then lastly, a lot of people were wondering what the big space over there on the left hand side was going to be for. This is for your information display, and what this basically does is as you have an assembly step, sorry, my database decided to back itself up. So as you have an assembly step, right here it says select Starship tier. So, well, what tiers are there? So you do a drop down and you look and you see, oh well, there's 23 tiers. So you would then plug that in right there. Oh, I want to look at tiers. Then all of your components would then populate for tiers. So you would have the same list right here, and it would give you the details of that stuff. So for tier, it's not all that informative. But let's say you wanted to take a look at power cores, right? Well, what exactly is an Arcus maximum? So you would go to assembly step, select power core, components, select Arcus maximum, and then the details for that specific component would be outlined here. And it would tell you the amount of BP, the amount of PCU that it gives, what size ship it fits on, and all that good information. So that is what is going to be on your left hand side. And lastly but not least, let's take a look at this button right here, which is ta-da, your Starship character sheet. So yes, this is the Starship character sheet. We're going to have labels in each of the fields, and all this stuff is going to auto-populate based off your selections on the program. So you can select everything, and it will pre-populate everything that is on this character, on this Starship sheet. The Starship sheet was composed based off the entries of the program itself and off of the fields that were made available on the Paizo Starship sheet as well. So You've got all those relevant fields, and if I missed one or two, I'm sure somebody will let me know and I'll definitely correct that. But as it stands right now, I'm pretty sure that I've got everything on there. And you'll have a print functionality right here where you can print this Starship sheet right off as soon as you get done with that particular build of whatever Starship you're assembling. Let me resize this just a little bit. Okay, so as far as functionality goes, you can enter the name of your Starship, and that populates right there. The make of the Starship also populates right there. Model of the Starship also populates right there. All that basically admin data isn't of any relevance, so you can change it whenever you like. But whenever you're using the program, your steps are going to appear right here. So it's best if you do follow the status bar, which the status bar in turn follows the core rulebook whenever it comes to assembling a ship. So let's go ahead and select 20th tier. That's going to give us our total build points and available build points. Let's select our frame. Let's go with an Explorer vessel. So once we select our frame, we're going to have a certain amount of hull points based off of our tier and the hit points and hit point increments of that specific Starship. And then our critical threshold will then be adjusted accordingly as well. Our Starship frame will be annotated, and our Starship size will be annotated. And also, the build points for that particular frame will be deducted. And our status bar changes. It says select Starship Power Core. So let's go ahead and select a Power Core. Let's go with that Arcus Maximum. That'll give us 200 PCU right there. And I noticed that that actually does not output anywhere right here. So we definitely need another field to let you know what power core you've selected. Select thrusters. Let's just go with the Mark IV thrusters. As you select, I said Mark IV, I actually should have said Medium 4 because thrusters are based off of size. And as you can tell, you only have medium size available because your frame is size of medium. But once you select your thrusters, your Starship speed will adjust, your AC adjusts, and your targeting lock adjusts because your piloting modifier adjusted. So all that computates for you. Let's go ahead and select armor. Let's bump this bad boy up to AC of 18. Select Starship Computer. As you can see, that AC did go up to 18. It's right there. Select Starship Computer. We'll go with a Mark III Tetra node. As you can see, your computer bonus of +3 with your computer nodes of 4 got annotated, and your PCU was deducted as well as your build points. Quarters are really immaterial, but let's go ahead and select good quarters. Countermeasures. This will affect your targeting lock, so let's go ahead and match our AC. So we need a Mark 7 defense for countermeasures. And as you can see, that gets annotated right there. Your build points are deducted as well as your PCU. Now select Starship Hyperspace Engine. This is for your faster than light travel. With the current setup that we have, we can fit any hyperspace engine that we want to fit. So let's go with the booster. That'll give us a hyperspace rating of 2, annotates it right there, adjusts our available build points. Now select Starship expansion bays. So after you select the hyperspace engine, you can go here and select your expansion bays. Let's go with a power core housing and a smuggling compartment. So we select those two, and as you'll see, a secondary power core populated right there, as well as a smuggling compartment populating right there. Now select Starship smuggling options. Basically, you're going to pick whichever DC you want, and it's going to adjust and remove the respective build points for that DC. So as you can see, for DC 35, that was a total of 5 build points that got taken away, and our smuggling DC got annotated right there. Now it says select Starship secondary power core. We're going to go ahead and go with another Arcus maximum. This should bump our PCU total up to 400 and PCU left up to 322, and as you can see, it does. Now select Starship security. We're going to go with the anti-hack system. We're going to upgrade. We're going to go with the base and then upgrade it 2 times. So that will give us a total of 9 build points currently. We're going to go with an anti-personnel weapon. It'll be a long arm, and the weapon level will be weapon level 5. So it adds that right there to your BP total as well. Computer countermeasures. That should be the tier of the ship, and if we're at tier 20, it should have bumped up a lot more than that. So I'll have to work on that math, but yeah. Biometric locks, self-destruct system. Now self-destruct system bumped it up as it should have been bumped up, but yeah, so let's go ahead and select all that. Now we go to sensors, so we will select sensors. Let's go with the long range sensors, since advanced long range, since it is a explorer vessel. Also, with the anti-hack system upgraded to the 2nd level, our ship hack DC gets a +3 as well. Whenever it comes to sensors, the sensor modifier is going to be +4. And now it's telling us to select Starship shields. So we're going to go with medium shields 200. Select that. Shield total of 200. Medium shields 200. Recharge rate of 8 per minute. And then select weapons upgrades. Then we move over here. Select our weapons upgrades. Let's go with heavies on the front. Give us an aft with a light and another light turret. That's a total of 19 BP. Now we select our weapons, and as you can see, only the weapon slots that we had picked have weapons available. All light weapons right here because this is a light slot. All heavy weapons right here because this is a heavy slot. So you can go ahead and pick out all your different weapons. And then from there, hit select. And that is as far as the functionality takes us thus far. So as you can see, we've come a very long way, but we still have a good ways to go. But hopefully this will be done by the end of September if everything goes well and college agrees with me. But if not, it's going to get done. We're too close to finishing now to turn back. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know what other functionality I may be missing, and hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all take care.